Just wanted to introduce you to week 3. So, the only thing I don't have visible, of course, is the launch because I'm creating it right now. Also, I don't have the wrap up because we haven't wrapped up week 3. All right, hey, let's get into this. This is what's happening this week. As you know, last week you were, analyzing, reading and analyzing different articles. And you went into this food discussion board, and man, that was so insightful. We're going to build on that this week. So, uh, the first thing I want you to recognize is that we're introducing the textbook. They Say, I Say. It is the free textbook. I supply you the PDF for it. It's a real easy read. It includes a lot of templates, so this is not going to be it sounds a lot like read chapter 1 and 2, but they include a lot of templates that you can use in your writing. So doesn't sound like as much reading as you would think. Then there's a short quiz on both of these chapters. So it's chapter 1 and 2 in one 10-point quiz. So I don't think it's a long enough quiz that you can, I don't know, skim through both of those chapters and still make it through the quiz. You're going to have to read it and then take the quiz. Also, we've got a discussion board where we're building on our concept of food insecurity and appropriation, or, is it a cultural appropriation or exploitation or compliments? I don't know. So we've got a really great discussion board here for you. I. Also want you to view these really short videos. This seems to be some potholes that students step in regularly. um, using commas correctly, and just, starting to become a more mature writer and including semicolons whenever possible. The second part of the week, or if you could say the week's components, we launch into how to create academic summaries. So what I've found as I've taught this class through the years, that most students in their prior academic experiences haven't written academic summaries. Summarizing is a lot harder than it sounds. At first it sounds simple, like, oh good, I can summarize someone else's work. I don't have to think of something original. But they're really a lot more difficult than you think because they really rely on apt and really solid reading comprehension. So I give you several links here. Here's the whole concept of summaries, the whole component: instructions, rubrics, kind of refreshers on what does it mean to write a summary. Then I also give you the instructions in a screencast. If I mention any articles that don't sound familiar to you, it could be a screencast from last quarter. The concepts are pertinent, but if I mention something or an article that you're like, we didn't read that, we'll just let it blast past you. Okay. The rubric for summaries: what does it look like to write an academic summary, and how is it assessed or evaluated? Then I give you a different article with a variety of student samples. This one's, you don't have to read this, but you certainly are welcome to if you want to see, how people summarized a variety of an article that you didn't read. And then there's a homework discussion where I ask you to read through summaries and rank them. All right. There are quite a few of them, so it's going to mean you're going to have to probably read the article first. It's an article you haven't read yet, but in order to, well, you could actually try it without reading the article and see just by reading the summaries, find out which one sounds more coherent. But I would suggest reading the article, at least glancing through it. I included it in that link. I've included a sample student summary response paper so you can see what the expectations are for that assignment. Here you have the summary response upload. It's due next week, but I put it in this week. All right, so we're not going to do peer editing. This is it's an assignment that involves creating a distinct and separate summary. And then on pages 2 and 3, so page 1 is a summary of the article that you're going to write on, and then pages 2 and 3 are your response. So make sure that you review the instructions. Then there's the wrap up. So a lot is going on this week. I don't have this in student view, so if it looks different to you, it's because it's in teacher view. So you've got a lot to do this week. Um, so I would get started. There's quite a bit of reading, some writing. Uh, so it looks like for this week, you've got, besides your reading, um, a quiz, a kind of just a basic discussion. I don't know how to call it that. And then you've also got a more kind of heavy duty discussion, and it's worth 20 points. So it's more of a homework discussion. I think that's all I want to say. I think that gives you a pretty good plan for this week. I think it's totally doable. Next week, we're going to head into logical fallacies. But this week, I'm introducing the first actually formally evaluated paper, which will be the summary response paper. It won't just be points, it's going to have a grade on it. So you want to pay particular attention to that. All right, everybody, you are really rocking this quarter, and I'm really enjoying teaching this asynchronous class. You people really know how to get things done. I'm very, very impressed.